let's do this. All right. This looks fun. Okay. We have all these lines. So I saw a trick today watching CSS battles where they used a dashed border to create this kind of gapped edge. And I'm wondering if I can do that too. The question is, how do I want to make okay, how do I want to make that? So I could put, man, there's a lot of different parts here. I mean, it's really easy to do. It's all squares and lines, and we could do a bunch of elements, and I mean, we could even just do, one like this and box shadow these three, and we could do a linear gradient and have 3 stripes coming through, and then do, that dashed border. But if I do that, I'd have to stretch it height-wise to get this gap in between the dashes, I think. I'm not confident enough in that approach because I saw it done, but I haven't done it enough to know the mechanics. Okay. What if I kind of want to treat this as 3 lines, and then these top and bottom lines get masked by something, whether it's this vertical element with the border or something a little bit more mechanical than that. I'm not sure if I want this to be its own element. It probably has to be. I'm not thinking of anything clever for this. There's just so many different ways to do this. It's almost like decision overload. Okay. All right, so if I did the other thing I could do is I could say the background is a solid color. The border is this right here. Ooh. No, that won't work. That won't work. Okay, sorry. It's this line in the middle, because if I looked at this vertical as having just a solid border, right? This line could be on top of that. We could look at this as 3 layers. 2 lines, 1, more line with a border, and then a final line on top. That's probably the easiest way to go about this, because this final line on top could just have the same border, yellow border, Oh, so really this could just be a solid background. This could be its own, this could be its, oh no, because if this has a solid border on it, it's going to overlap this line. And chicken or egg sort of issue here. Okay. Okay. Oh man. So I had another idea. It's a wild one, and it's based off of what I learned today. Oh man, would that work? That would work. But my brain is kind of hurting from it. No, that won't work. Okay, if this were a conic, yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work because it would be repeating out this way too, so I wouldn't get that. Okay, so that's why my brain was hurting because it doesn't work. I haven't written any CSS yet. I don't even know where to start. Too many decisions to make. Let's think about this. I'm not even sure how much time I've spent already just chatting. 5 minutes probably, if I had to guess. Background, border, box shadow, negative margin on the sides. It doesn't give us... Okay. No. Bear with me here. 30 pixels solid. And we're going to say this color. Okay. Yep, we're going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. If we target the body, we say margin, top and bottom, say 0, and then negative 50, negative 80. Okay, so we're no matter what, we're getting that edge there. It's not expanding all the way out. I was hoping for some overflow there, but I think I'd have to fill the body before that happened. All right, I'm getting over in my head. I saw some new tricks, and I'm trying to get fancy, and you know what? Let's just keep it, focus on what I can do. So, the HTML background is going to be, all right, this will work. Cascade will work. We're just gonna ground is that, and that should be the only other background I have to write. The reason for this is we're going to hit margin and body. Yeah, we're going to say, oh, we're going to do the border is going to be 40 pixels solid and yellow. Okay. And it's not 40 pixels, I can tell already. 30. There we go. And then we're going to margin this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the border. 100. There we go. Negative 50. Okay. So what we got here, I'll show you once I get the whole idea down. We're going to say 0, 0, 0. We don't want the box shadow moving anywhere, but I am going to increase it by 30 pixels and give it this color. And we're going to say 40 pixels And then when we look at our diff, we need our margin to be 90. And then we need, that's too big. Oh, it is 40 pixels. Okay, 40 pixels. And are we kosher? Okay, all right. So what we're looking at here is the HTML background is this, right? Now, I guess technically, I wonder if I move this up to the HTML element, we lose something. Why are we losing our, I wonder what we're losing. Those two must be my box shadows. Okay. So that's shoving everything down. Oh, it's collapsing it. I bet if we shrink this, 70, 60, there we go. We start to see it. All right. 40, 50. Okay. So it's still there. The border does still show up. There we go. All right. That looks a little bit nicer. And then I bet I could take this background off, jump this up to 50. Nope, 40. Still need 40. And then I see. We'd need a margin 0 on this. No. What's with the little pop out there, guys? No. Oh, I think I understand what's happening. I think this background, okay, so something else I learned is there's an HTML element, there's a body element, but underneath all this, to make this work, is a canvas element. And what happens is if you don't put something on the HTML, but you put something on the body, it like inherits upwards to that canvas element. And sometimes you can make use of that, but what I think is happening is that's what we're seeing peek out on these top edges, is that canvas element is picking up the border on our 50. Why is that? Yeah, it's just showing up somewhere weird. Okay, so we do have to keep the background on there so that this stays kosher. I can't just use border to, or I could use border to do it if I was smarter. Right? All right, let's just do this. Quit chasing these silly games. So, see, I messed up already because what I need is that middle line, this thing, to come in underneath the body but above the box shadow. What if? What if? So that needs to be my body. And then that line can be like a P tag. But then how do I get these lines if I'm not doing the box shadow on the body? Okay. What if we get clever? I keep saying that and it keeps biting me in the butt. I don't think this is one of my clever nights. Alright, our P tag is going to be, it's going to be positioned in the body, right? It's going to be in there. Let's give it a padding to give it its size. We don't need to use height and width. Sometimes we can just use padding to determine its size. And it's going to be, let's say 100 by 50. All right, and let's see, margin 0. Oh, right. Because technically our body is just this middle thing. So when I put something in it and I give it a size, the body's going to grow again to contain it. So it's that, yeah, if the body was this full height and width, it wouldn't be as much of an issue. Um, if I used height and width, it would probably might overflow, but I think the body's just going to grow because I don't have a min height on it. So it's just growing. I'd have to put a position fixed on this p tag to get around that. There we go. There it is. And we see our, oh, we have a box shadow on it too now. Border, box shadow, all of it is getting written on it. I don't like my solution, guys. I don't like it one bit. Okay. Because even my thought was to do a conic gradient and position it so that the gradient was like a checkerboard pattern, but position it together so that the there is like one yellow square and then three red squares coming all around the rest of it, but then position it and size it so that the overlap makes this cross pattern. And it will work. Um, I've seen it work, but the issue I'm seeing here, you see how we have this box? We have our background, which I was going to overwrite, but then we have a border and a box shadow. And trying to unset those on this because we're using this. Well, let's see what happens if we do plus star. Okay. Fixed it. um, I think I did. 50. Um, 0, 100. Okay. Good. Good. I think we just have border on there. So border. Oops. Oh, man. I don't think I need that margin 0 on this. That was just something I had written. No? Oh, why is the background yellow? That is the border. That's got to be the border, just making that color. And if I do that, unset, no. Okay. Curious. That's okay. Come on. Okay. Okay. For some, why is it inheriting? It's in. Oh, it's actually inheriting this one because this is getting directly selected to the body element. You know, it's direct descendant and nothing else because of that plus combinator. So HTML because it's like everything, but it's our top level of everything. And then I'm saying only the next thing inside everything with that combinator. And so then even though it's a star saying everything, the only tag next to it that's like a direct not sibling, but it selects the body tag is the body tag, and the p tag is another level down, so it doesn't get selected. But because of that, now the p tag's inheriting this background. I don't mind. I don't mind it because we're gonna say conic dash gradient. I don't know why autocomplete never likes conic gradients. This is going to be tricky to write. We need to do. Let's write the gradient first. And what we're going to do is we're going to say it starts from top and then goes right. So we're going to say it's this to 75%. And then we're going to say this 0. Okay, so you see kind of the shape we got. Let's get it margined up to the right spot. Okay, and then moved over 100 to 20, somewhere in there. Now what we're going to do is comma, and then we're going to say at we're going to shift the image a little bit and then size it. This is the tricky part. 20%. Okay, so that's left, right. I need a little more than that. Let's just say 30 pixels. Oh, I see. Percentage will be fewer. 30%. 35. Okay, that looks close. 40. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's move this back over. This is, okay, there we go. And we want it to be 40%, 50%. What I want to do is shift that yellow box down a bit. I think down, oh, maybe it's up. 40%, 40%, okay. Okay, default is, you got to put in the second value to get it to shift. Now, if I get the sizing right, we will get a background image repeat that gives us this color. And we do that here. What size are we? We are at, it's 200 tall by 100 wide. And that middle, we've figured out is these lines are 40 pixels wide. So let's math this one out. 40 and 40 means it's going to be, no, hold on just a second, let's see, it'll be by 100 pixels, whoa, caps locks, ooh, yelling pixels, all right, by 50 pixels, right? Or did I get that backwards? Oh, is that position? Oh, it's position. I need to, and then do size. 100 pixels. I wonder if I can just do a slash. I cannot do a slash. I have to have a value there. By 50 pixels. Okay, we're getting a repeat, not the repeat that I wanted. And I think it's because I have these inverted. All right, we're getting still a repeat, 150, 200, 80, 100 by 10, 100. What is going on? I want it to, maybe it's this that I gotta get right. No, that's not it. 50. Why is that vertical? Yeah, that's got to be the vertical. Okay, so I do want that 100, and I want this one 50. But it's shrank too much. 80. Ooh, that's closer. Okay. Yeah, 90, 70, 60. All right. Okay. I'm closer here. 75. That's actually getting pretty close, and I think what I need to change is 45. And then I can drop this down to 70. Okay. All right. We're getting closer. Okay. I need a little bit more. 50. And then we're going to drop this to 65. No, 70. That's, oh, actually, no, we're not there. We're not there at all. But that might actually be a, Why did that make that red? Yes, I understand why. I understand why. Okay. That's working. And I think 100. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. It's doing that. It's this positioning. 0, no. 40, 0, no. Oh, yeah, yeah. 40, 50, 60, 50. Okay. 20, 30. Yeah, the height. Okay, all right. When it's growing. Okay. All right. So what I actually need to do, which one's the vertical? I need to bring it down. There we are. That's where it's at. That's the money. Okay, I can shrink this now. 130, 120. All right. And then we move it up. 120. Do I need to put a background size? So this position here, the at and then the percentages, is determining where, let's turn off slide and compare, where this conic gradient starts. So we have our, the red is going 3/4 of the way around, and then it's completing the yellow the last quarter. And so what I'm trying to determine is where in the body tag that gets started, right? And then this is determining the size of that background image. And what I want it to be is, okay, that's good. Everything's red because of that. 60, 80, 70, 60. Okay. This can absolutely work. Because it's coming down there and it doesn't stretch all the way up. I need to position it. So it's only this tall. What if I start using this in, so that's left right is the first value. Let's give it a 0. -50. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I got to be doing. 80. 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Okay. We don't need -0. We just need 0, 0. And then we, 10, 21, 30, 20. And I think 110. Shrink that down. We're going to drop this. Got to figure out what the vertical one is. Nope. Keep that. 60. Okay. What am I doing? This would be -10 pixels. 10 pixels? Still just a touch too big. I need to increase my gradient size. And that's too big. $105. But then it doesn't expand as enough. Okay, so 25. Okay, 35. 25. It's the positioning. Man, Man, this is I'm juggling too much here. Need my gradient to be bigger. There we go. Need my positioning. There we go. That's it. All right. That's working. I'm going to turn this into pixels. I don't know what the... Oh, it's not clearly not 200. There we go. 105. Oh, no. Less 95. Did I just do it? Was it worth it? Oh, let's look at our diff. I did it, but at what cost? I don't think I saved characters doing it this way, guys. I don't think I saved anything at all. Please don't follow my mistakes. That was kind of a fun... The biggest takeaway from this is that you can make this cross shape with a conic gradient. That's my biggest takeaway. That's kind of why I kept pushing through, is trying to figure out how. Needing to select both of these, like the @ rule, as well as this. This is background position, and then this is background size. See, I feel like I should be able to get rid of this one or this one, not have to use both. So I think I have more to learn here, but we did it. That was not elegant or simple. What we're looking at is just a yellow background for the HTML element. Easy enough. In fact, let's, I mean, it's like lipstick on a pig, but let's go ahead and save a few characters, right? B, comma, and then we can get rid of this. And just say dash B and reassign it, and then get rid of this one, dash B, right? With background, it's enough characters to make that worthwhile. We save. It's 9 to set it up, 9 extra characters to set it up. The background by itself is 9 characters, and I'm using 3 each time. So that's 12 characters, or 6 characters saved with 3 backgrounds. So it's something. All right, I gotta leave it. I've spent too long already. I still have a lot of chores to get done before I can do more stuff that probably isn't coding tonight, sadly. Yeah, that's life, right? I have projects I want to get done, but I like doing this. At least it's something, and usually it's time boxed into like 15 minutes so that I can feel like I'm doing something front-end wise each and every day. All right, 242. Not atrocious. I mean, if you're in the 200s, I feel like you're doing okay on these. I'm usually pretty happy with that, especially this one. I look forward to seeing some of your other solutions, because I feel like I went down the wrong path. There's no room to reset, so cool. Hope you had some fun with that. Probably watched it on 2x. I'll put in the notes to skip the first 5 minutes of just rambling about what I'm gonna do. Alright, see ya.